It's more difficult to rule yourself than it is to rule a city. Welcome to another episode of Self-Employed Success Secrets Weekend Edition with me, your host, Marcus. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about 2 cities to completely avoid, okay? And as always, on most videos, I'm going to go straight to the point. The 2 cities to completely avoid are Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Roanoke, Virginia. These places are bad. No, I'm just kidding. I've never been there. These are probably nice cities. The 2 cities to avoid, remember, success is about what's going on in you spiritually. The 2 cities to avoid are Pity City and Scare City, okay? Let's talk about Pity City, okay? When I worked at Mag Mutual, one of my colleagues had a phrase when I was in a Toastmasters, and they were like, their dad told them this. They were like, it's okay to drive through Pity City, but it is not okay to live there, okay? I'm gonna say that again. It is okay to drive through, to go through Pity City, but it is not okay to live there, okay? There's gonna be a lot of times in your life where despair comes. You might be tempted to pity yourself, to be like, you know what? Let me just give up what I'm doing. I want to give up my business because there's a recession, or, you know, I'm gonna give up working out because I broke my foot, whatever the case may be. The temptation to pity ourselves is great, okay? Because there's a lot of things in life that happen that kind of get us off center, okay? Now I want to tell you something. It's okay to feel sympathy and pity for yourself for a little bit, but do not stay there. Don't live there. Don't make it your city. Odds are somewhere you live in some big city, okay? And all a city is a large town, okay? Don't live in Pity City. It only makes your life worse. Go to a city that's going to make your life better, okay? Stay away from Pity City. That is the first city to avoid. Second city to avoid is Scarcity, okay? The scariest number in the world is the number 1. This is why you can't be successful and have a corporate job, because you only got one client, your boss. You're only one boss change away, one bad argument with your boss away from not having your job. Every time you're self-employed and you add a client, you diminish the risk, the overall risk to your business, okay? The scariest number in the world is 1, okay? And remember, to be number, you gotta be odd to be number 1, okay? So stay away from 1, but aim to be the best you can, be the number 1 person that you can be, okay? Why is scarcity so bad? It's a place of lack. There's not enough clients. There's not enough resources. There's not enough time. If you stay here and live here, it's not gonna be a good place, okay? Now, this corresponds with the wilderness, because in the wilderness, it is scarce, okay? And you've got to learn to navigate that scarcity until the wilderness is over. Remember, the wilderness is temporary if you go through it. Unless you gripe through it or you complain about it or get lazy in the wilderness, it'll stay forever, okay? Grow through the wilderness, go through the wilderness, okay? Don't stay in scarcity forever. It's not a good place to live, okay? Now, speaking of these 2 cities, Pity City and Scarcity, okay? How do you get out of Pity City, okay? Remember I said the temptation for Pity City to happen in your life is great. All right, the way to get out of Pity City is to think to yourself, I've gone through bad times before, and I will go through bad times again, and I will come out successfully, okay? Remember, the world is round, okay? Things shift, things turn, okay? Whatever you're going through right now, if it's really hard, it's gonna change in the future. Give it 6 months. If it's really easy right now, it's gonna change again. Be grateful for the good times and ponder through the bad times, okay? Good things happen when you ponder and think about your life right now. How do you get out of scarcity, okay? The way to get out of scarcity is to do everything you can to bring good things into your life. Be grateful, okay? Try to take a whole lot of action, call a whole lot of people, go to a whole lot of events, and make something happen. That's how you get out of scarcity, okay? After a certain amount of time, you shouldn't be in scarcity. When you first start out, you will have times of scarcity. Clients, time, whatever the case may be. But if you persevere, you won't be in it anymore, okay? I've seen this with my own 2 eyes. You got to keep going. You got to keep taking shots down the field. And eventually, if you keep swinging that bat, eventually you're going to get a hit, no matter what you're doing. You just keep swinging. All right, I just want you to avoid these 2 places because they limit your chances of having a good life, okay? But they're easy to get into and hard to get out of, all right? Avoid Pity City, avoid scarcity, okay? And go through the wilderness, as I've talked about, and venture towards the promised land. a place of great happiness, joy, and fulfillment. All right. But remember, to get to the promised land, you have to go through the wilderness. Okay. There will be a time of a little bit of scarcity. Okay. You may have a scarcity of courage or a scarcity of opportunities. Okay. You could live in a really small town. All right. But just know that these cities live inside of you. Get them out of you. All right. Not only get them out of you, get them out of. It's like they say, it's hard. It's easy to bring the dog out of the city, but it's hard to bring the city out of the dog. Okay, not only do you have to get out of pity city and scarcity, you've got to get scarcity and pity city out of you. Okay, thank you so much. And lastly, as always, unsuccessful people, they make decisions based on their current situation. Successful people, you hopefully are drudging along the path of success. Make decisions based on where you want to be. Okay, make decisions based on where you want to be. Okay, avoid pity city and scarcity. Okay, they're gonna be like this on your face. They're gonna be really close to you. Oh man, my client just left. I'm gonna be in pity, or there's a recession, or my best employee just left. All right, these things are gonna come at you. All right, but understand that. Take the long view. Okay, and those things will be able to get you. Okay, all right, bye.